Hey bestie, you're back. I'm so happy you're here. We have so much to talk about. I brought my stress relief here because it's gonna be a long talk. There's been a lot going down. We've got our lip injection here. It's called Just Friends. Anyway, long time no talk. Just want to make sure I'm doing a little makeup haul with you guys. I have it to my Tar blush palette. We're just gonna give you guys a little something, right? People love to say like I'm not girly, so just gonna give you guys a little something. This is called Refined. It's the name of the color. That's all you're getting from me. Anyway, let's talk. Because I saw some topics, just some like punchlines. It looks like all the girlies were mad at Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry wants all black women to like lose, and Tyler Perry doesn't care about black. He wants black women to settle. That's what they all said. And I was like, what the hell are they talking about? What did Tyler Perry say? So I found the full interview. It's just Tyler Perry with, I guess, a woman who was his personal assistant, okay? And now she's like an actress on one of his shows, or she's something else. They're friends. That's the point. They're friends. So they're just doing an interview about kind of a lot, like their growth and all these things. And basically what Tyler Perry actually says, and I'll insert like the literal clip so you can just like literally watch it, listen to it for yourself. You didn't see this coming. Nobody saw it coming.
To be able to figure out what that is.
Yes.
And that's not money because you listen, a lot of women, especially black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill.
Okay, I'm sorry, full stop. Like, if he can only afford $10 a month, he might not deserve lights. He needs a candle and a prayer. Let's pray for this nigga to get a better job. I cannot.
As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff. You've had a light bill, baby. You can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But basically, he's saying like, sorry, my bed is, anyway. Basically, Tyler Perry is saying, specifically black women, you should probably find a partner who deeply cares about you despite how much money he makes, because it's very possible to find love in a partner who is not out earning you, given the current stats of like, how much money black women are making relative to black men. It's just so much more.
Nothing in this world that I like more than checks. Money. All I really want to see is the money. I don't really need a D, I need the money. All a bad bitch need is the money. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I got bands in the coop. Touch me, I'll shoot. Bow.
And I think what he's saying is true. I just think that it's actually not good advice for black women. What I think is that that first stat about black women doing socioeconomically so much better than black men is very true. But I also think that we need to be very specific about a couple of things. First of all, and I keep talking about this because I feel like I'm the person who, since I was young, I just realized that like American society was not built for me. Like, I am not the target demographic here. Like, no systems, or like, just, I am not meant to be here. Like, I was born here. I'm a citizen, but it's just not the place for me. And one thing that kept really harming me, and I wish I would have known this sooner, it's another reason that I started this channel, I wish I would have gotten up and left and planned to leave sooner, but I just didn't understand, like, that there was a rest of the world. I didn't understand that, like, I am Black from Africa. I didn't understand the particular, like, countries in Africa, and there were just so many things about, like, my own Africanness that were so confusing. All these things I didn't understand about, like, economics and the power of a dollar. And so I kept trying to, like, participate in American society. And here's something I just want other Black women specifically to be aware of, or maybe even, like, other people who just kind of are trying to understand. I think a lot of people from Gen Z in general kind of look at each other as, like, equals, and they say, like, oh, these are all my peers, you know, these are the members of the society, and they're kind of, like, looking at everyone as equal, and that's really optimistic and that's really kind. I just think it's, like, dishonest. And the reason that I think it's dishonest is because we don't all start out on the same playing field, and also, like, it works perfectly fine for, like, kind of, like, misogyny and, like, American norms and, like, the status quo for, like, Black women to be either socioeconomically disadvantaged, that actually benefits American society, or Black women to be socioeconomically, like, advantaged. Either way, it has nothing to do with, like, Black males who are the competitive factor in what we're talking about, like, placement, like, replacement rates, and, like, racial demographics and things like that. Those things have to do with, like, a Black family, and, like, yes, Black women are important, but Black men are kind of, like, more important there. And so if, like, Black men aren't able to, like, raise a family, if Black men aren't able to afford things, if Black men are in prison, if Black men are dead, I mean, none of that shit matters, right? It's just, like, another person, another Black family who's not being created, that's not propagating on, and kind of, like, dream fulfilled, right? Like, so, but the thing is, like, and I continue to say this because I feel like people just really don't understand, like, women, just for being women, are gonna get shit for free. American women, and really, like, European women also have this choice, but they can just get jobs, okay? And with those jobs, they can use the money to get apartments. And, I mean, really, like, once you find one job in one apartment, you could, I mean, basically, you could just move somewhere else, but you just duplicate that system. That's it. You could live your whole life just doing that. And in most parts of America, if you just, like, are a server and you make, like, $100 a day, which isn't that much, you can make that in probably, like, I don't know, say, like, 5 or 6 hours a day, and then spend your day doing whatever the fuck you want, okay? Go buy a meal, a dinner, go take a walk, go watch a Kelly Stamps video, like, really whatever you want to do. Okay, with the rest of your time, you can come on here and make cool YouTube videos. Hello. Right? But the point is, like, you have the freedom to do that. In the developing world, people can't do that because, like, there are no jobs. And so without the jobs, the women don't have the money, they can't pay the rent, they can't buy the shit. You see the difference there? But, like, I see it all the time. There are working class men from all demographics, really, except Black Americans. Some Black men do this, but just for the most part, most don't. Like, you can be really lower class, like, you could make the minimum wage and you could still raise a family. The problem is, like, the lower wage earners in the Black community tend to be, like, very, it's not even polygamous, it's just, like, they're just, like, I don't know why, they just go around to, like, different women, and they have no meaningful relationships. Clearly, like, a monogamous marriage or virtue, those things aren't, like, important to them. And so what you have is a bunch of broken families by lower income men. They have these, like, poor men have the habits of, like, really wealthy men in other societies, and it's really strange. That's why you have like a shit ton of like poor black children in this country. It's really like poor children of color, because those same characteristics seem to propagate in all of the communities of color here, and it's even translating to white communities too, which is really unfortunate, because like that was the last of America. Like now there's nothing left. I don't know, but the point is, like, if you're a woman, like I mean, I will insert a clip here by Michael Knowles, because I feel like he explains it pretty well. But he's debunking some of the stuff, or he's just, how do you say it, like listening to an Andrew Tate clip, right? And then I'll insert the clip.
Grandmother for almost 70 years. What's the key to a happy marriage? This was on the occasion of his 60th wedding anniversary, and he said, patience, shared experience, and he was a Navy captain, so he said frequent absence helps, you know. Some of the worst advice I've seen, and this goes for women too, is they say you just need to totally establish who you are before you meet somebody and have a partnership with them. The opposite is true. You and your spouse should be one flesh. You should grow ever more together, and you're more likely to do that the younger you can get started.
And I'm not shitting on guys who get married. Get married. It's your prerogative. I don't give a I'm just saying me. I truly don't believe any man actually wants to get married. He wants his woman to be loyal. He wants his woman as a wife. He doesn't want to be a husband. He just wants to do it so she's less likely to cheat. It's a degree of insecurity. Well, if I marry her, she'll know I really love her, and maybe then she won't leave. If you really know your bitch ain't gonna leave you, if you knew in the stars, if God came down and said she's never gonna leave you, never gonna leave you, she's yours, you own her soul, would you marry her? Like, no, why? She's mine. It's done. I know my chick ain't leaving me. My chicks ain't going nowhere. So why the f*** am I marrying them?
So there was a wise philosopher who once said that he had 99 problems, but a all of the things that can be difficult or frustrating or annoying about dating anyone just get multiplied when you have multiple girlfriends. The other reason that he's wrong about this is if you are the sort of guy who just sleeps around and pimps out women and is a degenerate, then you're going to have the character of a degenerate. This is why one of the advantages of marriage is that marriage civilizes men. It will tamp down your lusts. It will tamp down your selfishness. It will give you children who you can raise in a good and virtuous and responsible way, and it will give you much, much more joy, ultimately, than your hedonistic single life.
Okay. So, as you see from that clip, bro, like, literally, fucking, like, Andrew Tate doesn't believe in marriage, and Michael Knowles is saying, like, no, marriage is really good young. That's true. Like, married people who don't have anything, who don't know what to do with their lives, should get married. They should come together. They should have families. They should grow together. That's, like, a very normal thing to do. So, like, why isn't that happening in the black community specifically? This is what, like, young black women are on here trying to answer this question. Because, like, they're not even in serious relationships. Like, everyone's in situationships. They're in, like, fuck off shits. And then all of a sudden you have, like, all the black women have, like, wasted their, like, you know, good years dating these losers. And now they're like, what do I do with my life? And that's a real question. There's nothing. Like, that was it. Like, that. Dating those men was supposed to lead to, like, marriage and lasting relationships, and it didn't. And that's the replacement rate. Like, all of those relationships and those marriages that could have come out of those relationships didn't manifest, and they won't. Maybe, like, some of these women will go on, and I'm including myself here because I also don't want to take myself out. I just want to kind of get to the end of this to tell you, like, where I believe I fall in this. I think I'm going to be alone until I die. Like, I have no intention of, like, being in a relationship with anyone. And I also don't have any intention on really building a community outside of the one that I manifest online. I feel like I know people in the real world. Some of those people I hope to maintain a connection with, but most of them I don't. I feel like we might have grown in different directions, and I don't want my own baggage to influence them in any way. And I feel like their roots are going to remain in America and mine won't. And as I grow and develop my own identity as, like, an African woman, I don't think that my identity and my maybe like life goals and incentives and motives will align with theirs. And I think that that's just real. I think that's real. Check the link in the description box if you want to know why I'm moving to Ethiopia next year. Okay, that's all. And I don't know if I don't think it's wrong. I just think that that's like what it is. It's hard, maybe it's hard, but it's real. And I want to say this to women, like, it's just important to understand that, like, in the same way that it's easy for you to get up, go get a job as like a server somewhere, or really a job at Walmart, right, working full time, 40 hours a week, and then spending your money to take care of yourself, a man can do that too. If a man is choosing not to do that for himself, he's also not going to choose to do that for you. And then, so Tyler Perry's advice in this case is, like, if a man can only pay the electric bill, he's not. Like, there's no reason that a man should only be able to pay the electric bill. He's not like a man. He's just like a worthless piece of shit who needs to go get his shit together. And that's just what it is. And I feel like too many of us, especially in the Black community, have been listening to this bullshit for like way too long. Oh, help the downtrodden. Fuck the downtrodden. In a very honest sense, this is why you can't be serious about like capitalism and then also just, I don't know, like, fuck, there's a lot of hours in the week, okay? There's a lot, and you can do a lot in your hours. And I understand that everybody wants to undertake artistic endeavors, okay, and pursue their passions, but those aren't free. Like, this is another reason I feel like I wanted to make it very clear that, like, I work and I'm trying to build a channel. I work and I'm trying to write. I work and I support myself. I work and I don't live off of my parents. It's like, because if I can do it, that means that you can do it too, even if you don't have anyone's help. In pretty much all the cities, you can figure out some sort of situation on how to rent a room. Go fucking rent a room and go to work, and then, like, spend the rest of your free time actually, like, head down, invested into making your shit a reality. Like, I'm gonna just show you guys this so you see I'm not fucking around. Oh man. Sorry, I had to move it, but this is like a journal I started when I was doing tech shit. It's like one that Uber gave us. And I just have like all these fucking notes. Some of these are like engineering notes, some of them are notes about other shit. I don't know. I was writing something. People that I met, things I did, I don't know. Just shit, right? You can do it. And if you can do it, some loser man can do it too, and there's no fucking excuses as to why he can't do it, because he can, he just doesn't want to because he's lazy. Nobody wants to go to work. Going to work isn't this endeavor that we all wake up and we're like, yay, paying for shit, but it's a part of being an adult. Like, you're not a child anymore. You've already, like, outgrown your childhood novices, and now you get to participate in adulthood. It is something that you have to do. We all have to do it. Welcome. Take this journey with us. Even the men. Join society. Get jobs, okay? Pay your bills. Go to work. Learn how to communicate with women and not be creeps. Then maybe you will be able to get me. Another thing that's just very funny about this, Michael Knowles and Ben Shapiro always joke about, like, and Matt Walsh does this too, but they joke about how great their families are. And I think that their families probably are really great. And I think the funny part about this is, like, those men understand how lucky they are to have their wives, because they're men who appreciate women. And there's a lot of men in society who are like that. Like, they are honestly grateful that their wives are with them. And I feel like for some reason in the Black community, a lot of Black men have just forgotten the worth of Black women who are their women. But it's like women, just women. Like, they think that, like, women don't hold value. And that's why you constantly hear them saying shit like this. Like, those valueless bitches, those OnlyFans whores, those blah, blah, blah. Well, here's the thing, honey. Like, those OnlyFans bitches are racking in the dough. And you know why? Because they're women. They're women. And there are men right now all over planet Earth who have no access to any women, and they will pay however much money to gain access to those women. And they're doing it on OnlyFans, on all the hubs, on the back channels, okay, whatever, Instagram messages, all the shit, they're doing it to get access. And some of you other men on here are like making fun of that and not understanding that women are taking the shit to the bank. This is why I'm not even mad at like OnlyFans girls. I think it's unsafe. And I think you can go listen to OnlyFans girls themselves tell you how unsafe it is. Like, sex workers will tell you how unsafe sex work is, because it just is. Because men are unsafe, that's why. It isn't other women who are coming out here like hunting down other women, being like, we're gonna murder you. Like, no women are doing that. Okay, it's only weird men who do that shit. So shit, I don't know. There's just so many things. Being a moderate is tough. It's hard out here.